This is kind of crazy. This one is kind of crazy. When you get Sophie Cunningham to sign a JC Sheldon rookie card with property of, that is crazy. That is crazy. Property of Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham didn't just sign an autograph. She signed a warning to the entire WNBA, property of Sophie Cunningham. It wasn't a joke. It was a line in the sand. And Caitlin Clark's safety might depend on it. For weeks, the Indiana Fever's rookie superstar Caitlin Clark has been the target of more hard fouls, elbows, and cheap shots than any second-year player should see. From Marina Mabrey's mid-air hit to JC Sheldon's repeated bumps, it's been open season. And the officials? Silent. Clark's teammates? Mostly silent too, until Sophie Cunningham decided enough was enough. It happened in a tense matchup against the Connecticut Sun. JC Sheldon, the same player who caught Clark with a questionable foul earlier in the season, drove down the court late in the game. Sophie had a choice. Let her go or make a statement. She didn't just make the foul. She made sure Sheldon felt it. Controlled, deliberate, impossible to ignore. The crowd erupted, social media lit up. And Sheldon? She wasn't smiling, but the real spark came later, at a Fever fan event. JC Sheldon's rookie card slid across the table to Sophie Cunningham. Sophie didn't hesitate. She grabbed a marker and wrote in bold letters, "Property of Sophie Cunningham." Fans in line gasped. Phones came out. By the time the night was over, Black Belt Barbie, a nod to Sophie's martial arts background, was trending across WNBA Twitter. Make no mistake, this wasn't about laughs. It was about sending a clear message. If you come for Caitlin Clark, you're going to answer to Sophie Cunningham. And that matters, because in sports history, stars have always had enforcers. Michael Jordan had Charles Oakley, Wayne Gretzky had Marty McSorley. But in the WNBA, public statements like this are rare. Sophie's putting the whole league on notice, and fans are eating it up. Here's the thing. Sophie isn't just there to throw her body around. Since the All-Star break, she's been on a tear, drilling threes, hitting double digits night after night, and showing up when the stakes are highest. She's not some end-of-bench agitator looking for attention. She's producing and setting the tone for the Fever at the same time. When the Fever face the Sun again, this storyline will be front and center. Will Sheldon try to make a statement back? Will Sophie answer? You can bet the cameras will be ready. And Clark's safety will be part of the conversation from tip-off to the final buzzer. Because it's one thing to deliver a cheap shot when you think no one will check you. It's another thing entirely when Sophie Cunningham is standing between you and your target. Social media can't get enough. Memes, GIFs, even mock-up merch with property of Sophie Cunningham plastered across it. And something else is happening. Neutral fans, people who don't even follow the Fever, are suddenly rooting for Sophie. Why? Because they respect players who protect their own, especially when the league is still fighting for mainstream attention. In the WNBA, personalities like that are worth their weight in gold. On the Fever now, the rule is clear. You protect the stars. You don't just watch while they get hacked every other game. And Sophie Cunningham, she's making sure that rule sticks. Clark's game works best when her teammates create space, take hits, and force opponents to think twice. Sophie's unapologetic approach is doing exactly that. And it's winning fans along the way. So now the question, was Sophie's property of Sophie Cunningham moment the perfect clap back? Or did she just pour gasoline on the fire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe. Because the next Fever vs. Sun game, we might just see round 2.